I love me some Cotie McMahon, folks. And I don't know what it's going to take for Senor Sydney to finally make the decision to put Cotie in the starting lineup because that's where she belongs. She is probably your most aggressive offensive weapon on the team. Yeah, coming off the bench, your most aggressive offensive player is Cotie McMahon. Why? Because Cotie McMahon was a number one option. Cotie McMahon's been a dog her entire life, and you're finally getting to see a little bit of it in glimpses because Cotie McMahon got an opportunity tonight to show up, and she showed up and showed out. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Washington Mystics Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Show. Mod, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell. Leave your comments. Thank you to everyone who jumped on board the live tonight. We had a big showing, especially in that fourth quarter, man. The room exploded. I think we had like upwards of 700 plus people between the two platforms. I know the main channel got up upwards of 600, and the second channel, Washington Mystics Unfiltered channel, how'd that one do? Just curious, how'd that one do? Because that one was pretty live too. And I want to see what the analytics were because it tells me right here we had 187 peak in that room. So we were hovering 800, almost at 800 between the two rooms, man. I want to thank everybody for jumping on board. But Cotie McMahon tonight was the player of the game. People might say Kiki. People might say Sonya. No, the player of the game tonight was Cotie McMahon. Cotie McMahon was a dynamo tonight, man. She was just dynamic, aggressive. You know, tonight she drains 4 threes, 4 from 3, finishes with 15 points, 5 of 9, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Aggressive the entire game. She wasn't afraid of the moment. She had an opportunity to guard Olivia Miles sometimes. And then there was the play against Natasha Howard where they got tangled up. Because again, Cotie McMahon is not afraid of anything. And I think people really need to remember who she is. Because this is a player that averaged almost 20 points a game last year. Or this past season at Ole Miss. Was number one option at Ohio State. She's been her for quite some time. And tonight she got some point guard opportunity as well. Because this team is a point guard by committee type of team. And she is the type of player that can get other people involved, make people better. I said she was the steal of the draft because there's no way in the world that Cotie McMahon should have gone 11th. To me, she was a top 5 pick. She was that type of player. A team like Seattle right now would absolutely love to have a Cotie McMahon on their team. Like I know they like Flau'jae Johnson and all, but I'm telling you right now, a team like Seattle right now would be begging for Cotie McMahon because she just brings that type of energy, that type of fire, that type of want to, and again, I know they may be happy with Flau'jae, who's shooting 34% from the floor, but I'm telling you right now, Cotie McMahon would be their best player, and I stand on that. Cotie McMahon would be their best player right now because they don't have a true number one option. Natisha Heideman is not a number one option. Dominique Malanga is not a number one option. Cotie McMahon is a number one option. She's been there. She's done that. Tonight, 15 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, plus 10 on the floor. They won by 5. Played 26 minutes. 1 block shot. And this play to me was a microcosm of what Cotie McMahon did tonight. It doesn't show up in the stat box, but it shows up in the heart box. It shows up when you're looking at situations. You're saying to yourself, this player right here is not afraid of shit, and we should ride with it, right? So take a look right here. She's getting into a thing with Natasha Howard, and she shows you she's not afraid of shit. Take a look.
Ball inside this season.
You right there. She's bodying up on Natasha Howard, who's like 6'2". McMahon's about 5'11", 6 foot.
As as that's a catch and shoot
Her arms get tangled.
from Coffee all the way down the cylinder and back out.
Like, get the fuck up off of me right now. This is in the third quarter, midway through.
No. Oh, Cotie
You
McMahon.
you think Cotie McMahon's afraid of her? And this actually is a stretch in which then Cheryl Reeve got a technical foul.
Right there to get Cotie McMahon.
Like, I'm sorry. Yeah, I love that. I loved every second of that, folks. I don't know what y'all did. I loved it. It was awesome. That's the emotional fire plug you need on your team. You need that type of energy. You need that type of player. Take a look at some of the highlights from Cotie McMahon tonight, because she was great. She was absolutely great. You know, and if you missed it, here's some highlights, because she balled out, folks. She balled out. Take a look. This was a great play right here off the bat. You see Lauren Betts. This is what Lauren Betts can do. She got double team in the post. Mind you, take a look at this. This is what we talk about Lauren Betts. Lauren Betts could have gone to Georgia Amore. That's the easy pass if she turns. Instead, she goes over here to Onyenwere. And look what happens. Onyenwere swings it. Lock and load switch. Boom. That's the first one of 4. And you keep on with that type of performance. You're getting open looks, open opportunities. You knock them down. It's butter, baby. It's butter. She is butter on a roll, bro. When she's going, she's going.
And that's going to be really important. Sydney Johnson
Here we go again. Cotie McMahon's being guarded by Maya Caldwell. Coming around a Lauren Betts screen.
They don't get enough credit for how great they are in the offensive glass, but also
look at this. That's point guard shit right there, bro. Georgia Amore cannot make that pass. In no world can Georgia Amore make that pass, because Georgia Amore is 5'6" with high heels on. She's more like 5'3". I don't believe she's 5'6". I need a measuring tape. Look at that pass again. Look at that pass again. That pass to Duga Leach. Like, you're not. First of all, look at Duga Leach going right to the rim. I love that.
Enough credit for how great they
Boom. Look at that. I mean, that.
In the offensive glass, but also
that's beautiful work right there, folks. That's beautiful work.
Just not emic athleticism. You see it there with Shakira Austin leading the break for her squad.
Here we go. Attack.
McMahon drops it inside.
Look at this. I mean, this is what she does, man. She's that good. She's a beast. Cotie in the corner. Lock and load.
Slices her way through, leaves it for McMahon, and she will rattle home. McMahon trying to get free against Caldwell. Goes right into.
Look at that physicality, man. You can't stop that shit. She's too physical. She knows how to use her body in the air. And she's sitting on your bench. I know they love Michaela Onyenwere. I know Michaela Onyenwere is a locker room leader. But Cotie McMahon is a bucket getter. And tonight, Onyenwere didn't really shoot the ball well or do much offensively, and Cotie McMahon did her thing. And I'd like to see more of Cotie McMahon doing her thing. I want to see McMahon in the starting lineup. And you could actually replace her with Georgia. You could take Georgia Amore out. You can leave Onyenwere out there because they're so significantly undersized with Georgia Amore in matchups against guards that are taller than 5'8". And you would have a player who can play the point, can play the 2, is aggressive, is going to go downhill. And in that horn set would be a dangerous player to have out there. I mean, she is an option that just gives you scoring punch, where it's not like, oh, you're coming off of the screen, and no, I'm coming off of the screen to go downhill and get a layup. And that's what Cotie McMahon does.
The chest of power, bring it up.
Look at her again right here.
Citron has it blocked by Coffee.
Swing it.
McMahon
Lock and load.
For 3.
And she wasn't thinking about shooting the ball. She just shot that bad boy today. This is the fourth quarter now. This is when the Mystics took the lead. And then she got taken out of the game. She got taken out of the game after this. She and Lauren Betts both got taken out of the game. They got the lead with them on the floor, took them both out, and then next thing you know, the Lynx are up by 6.
Drains it to handoff. Washington.
Here we go. It's 76-70. That's when like I said, they're down 6. What happens here? They find Cotie McMahon.
Used to playing in close games. We'll see
that
how
kicked out.
they are. McMahon.
Boom. Bucket. That was the biggest bucket of the game, honestly. Because they were fading. They're down 6 after they've done everything to get back in the game, take the lead. And then you sat her and you sat Lauren Betts. And then you got her back in the game. And boom, there it is.
6.
And they end up winning the game 84-79. So I say to you guys, like 15 points, 5 assists, 3 boards, 5 of 9. Only had 1 turnover. And I know she can get reckless with her game at times. But this is a player that got to be in the starting lineup. If this doesn't show you what it is, I don't know what will. Because this is the type of player you've got on that team. She's the number 1 option. She's the only number 1 option, like scoring number 1 option on this team. Real talk. Sonia Citron, for as much as you want her to be, that's just not in her nature. But what I can tell you is this. If you're running McMahon at the point, that allows Sonia Citron to play her natural position at the 2. Because Cotie McMahon ran point at Ole Miss plenty. She had the ball in her hand all the time. So it wasn't like she might not be a natural point guard, but she can get people the ball in positions to score and create because of her ability her size. She can create for others and her physicality. She's just a fantastic basketball player, in my opinion. I mean, like I said, I thought she was a steal of the draft. And I hope that when they play the Lynx on Wednesday that you're going to see McMahon starting in this game. I doubt she will because this guy doesn't want to make decisions like that. But I hope she does because I think she belongs in the starting lineup. Whether you put her in for Amor or Onion Wary, I don't give a damn which one. I'd be fine if it was for Amor. Let Amor come off the bench as the backup point guard. Because I think Lucy Olsen just lost those minutes tonight with the way she played. You can't have games like that like Lucy Olsen had and expect to get back on that court because she didn't get back on that court after that first half where she played. But McMahon's the goods. She is the goods, man. And her performance tonight is why they won this game. The way she played tonight is why they won this game. And obviously everyone else has to do what they did, but this performance is why they won this game, in my opinion. She was the player tonight for me. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Do you want to see Cotie McMahon start? Who would you start her for? Let me know in the comments. Like the video, hype the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. Washington Mystics 84-79 winners over the Minnesota Lynx. Cotie McMahon 15 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, man. That's what's up, man. Washington Mystics Unfiltered. Powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.